Alright, what's up everyone, it is Edition88 and oh my god, I have not done this in quite some time. Anyway, it is time for some StarCraft 2 commentating with the Sydney Collegiate Society StarCraft 2 in-house tournament, Season 2 actually, we're up to now. So, this is one of the few games from the first round of playoffs in the group stages. So, in the top left-hand corner, spawning as the red Zerg, it is of course SCS's Magikarp. And in the top right hand corner of Whirlwind, spawning as the yellow Terran, it is Doomhurt. Now, this is a, I believe, hang on. If I get up the spreadsheet right away, we should be able to figure out very easily what kind of levels. Actually, no, both these players are Diamond League players, so this is going to be a Diamond League ZVT on Whirlwind. Lots of features of Whirlwind being that it's actually a pretty standard map in a lot of map pools, in a lot of tournaments. Not entirely sure if it favors Zerg or favors Terran, but there are quite a few open spaces for Zerg to try and surround Terran with, say, Zerglings while they try and crash Banelings in. We should be seeing some pretty standard play first game. I wouldn't be too surprised if, well, actually I'd be a little bit surprised if we don't see a hatchery very soon. So there goes the scout, there goes the drone. It's going to be stopping right here, so that should mean the early hatchery for Magikarp. Meanwhile, Doomhurt is going to go for what appears to be CC first, of course. Now he's going to get the barracks down. Is he going to get gas? That is a real mystery. And also the bigger question is, will I ever get the production tab up? Okay, so right now everything's just starting out pretty normally for a ZVT at least. It looks like both players want to go for the slightly long run at least. Going to get their macro up. It looks like Magikarp is just about to scout out Doomhurt's base and know where Doomhurt is spawning from. I believe he actually sees the command center right there, so he knows. Oh, he knows. Meanwhile, Doomhurt is sort of in the dark as to where Magikarp is spawning right now. And at this point in time, it doesn't really need to matter because, well, it looks like, as you can see, Magikarp hasn't decided to go for any early rushes, such as 6 pulls or 10 pulls, for example. So right now, Doomhurt is going to be staying in a relatively, well, actually, rather safe position as both players continue to macro up. Let's see. Now, it looks like Doomhurt is actually one of our few random players. He's going to be playing the race of random, so next game he's going to be playing a different race, and if we go into a game 3 he'll be playing an even more of a different race as well. Meanwhile, Magikarp, of course, just sticking to Zerg, which is of course his main race, so we'll see. So he'll probably be coming up with all sorts of strategies against his opposing players. We now have Zergling Speed coming up for Magikarp. Meanwhile, it looks like Doomhurt is actually going to go for a factory. He's only got 1 barracks. Could he be going for mech? I believe that would be the case, although we have been seeing a lot of Terran players try and make biomine work against Zerg, at least. We haven't really seen mech that much because of the mobility of Zerg units these days, especially units such as the Mutalisk, which is, of course did get a speed buff as part of being in Heart of the Swarm anyway. So mech being, of course, the slow unit composition, to move around at least, will have a hard time dealing with fast-moving units that could easily as well surround the mech and then try and destroy it like that. We now have a scouting Reaper here, and of course, oh, we do have the extractor coming down for Magikarp. This extractor should be cancelled really soon, unless. Yes, there we go, there goes the cancel right there. And we do have the 3rd hatchery coming down for Magikarp, which makes sense because Terran is currently sitting on 2 bases. It's currently saturating this base, but at least Terran on 2 base versus Zerg on 2 base is most likely going to come out in the Terran player's favour. Meanwhile, we have a factory here, but will we be seeing a starport coming out from Doomhurt very soon? I don't know. He is actually floating quite a lot of resources right now, but we do have a 3rd command center coming down now. I think Doomhurt realizes that that drone right there was actually pretty bizarrely placed, and of course we'll probably be there for a third hatchery. Meanwhile, this Reaper is probably going to go and scout out the tech of Magikarp. It's not going to see anything particularly useful because all that Magikarp has for tech is just a spawning pool. And of course, Doomhurt already knows that there's a spawning pool because there are queens, and also there were Zerglings running around as well. But I think he also knows that the Zerglings already have their speed, and it looks like the Zergling's going to do a little bit of harass here. Is Doomhurt going to try and respond? No, he's actually going to have to run away his his SCVs, and but these Hellions are going to be able to deal with these Zerglings no problem right now. So these workers can probably go mine, but he is going to lose a few workers. Nice target firing there by Magikarp, of course, taking quite a few SCVs. If we bring up the units lost tab, it's 4 SCVs to 6 Zerglings. So that's actually pretty cool for him to get through that. And anyway, we do have another barracks, and looks like Doomhurt's actually going to pull quite a few SCVs to make 3 barracks. So it looks like Doomhurt is also going to be sticking to a apparently Hellion mix. Meanwhile, we have a Baneling nest coming down for Magikarp here, so we should be seeing we could be seeing mutas coming out as well. I say that because generally the Zerg vs Terran unit composition has been, generally speaking, Ling, Bane, Muta, and then of course they would eventually they will eventually go into some other unit composition as the game progresses. I actually can't remember that bloody word. Anyway, we do have a bit of Hellion harass right there. It's actually going to do quite a bit of damage. It's going to get rid of quite a few drones right there. But remember, these are only Red Flame Hellions, so they only do 14 damage versus those versus the drones and versus the Lings. So these Lings actually managed to get quite a big surround and actually taking out all those Hellions right there. Meanwhile, we do have this one Reaper here. Not entirely sure what he can do. It's not like he's, say, an Overlord, and thus the Terrans can try and drop a Nidus Worm right here. So that's not going to happen at all. So I'm not entirely sure what this Reaper is going to do. Hasn't been spotted at all, and I don't think he will ever be spotted. Although he can actually try and do a little bit of extra scouting and see and help Doomhurt see that there is actually a Spire coming down. Meanwhile, Doomhurt's actually just going to start making Widow Mines now. It's a very good idea against Zerg because Widow Mines actually just so good at locking down bits and pieces of the map, because they do burrow and then they can do a lot of splash damage, and it does require Overseers to go and seed them. Baneling speed coming down now, so we should be seeing some mutas as well. The Spire is about halfway done. Meanwhile, these Zerglings are just going to run around and try and poke in and out here and there, and I think this Widow might actually manage to get one kill right there. Not entirely sure what that was about. Maybe got some splash on those Zerglings. But Magikarp just continuing to expand throughout the map. I think Doomhurt may be, well, he already has a 3rd orbital command. I really think he should try and lift up his orbital command and then place it somewhere, say, here. Or preferably here, although he will have to take out this particular Zergling. There goes the command center right now. It is floating. It's all the way there. This Widow Mite is actually going to be able to hold the choke around here at least, so that the harass will stop. And I don't know if Magikarp is going to be able to stop this command center from lowering just yet. But these 2 Hellions are going to kill off this Zergling right now, and of course, denying this 3rd base is not going to be an option. We have a bunch of Marauders as well. Well, we actually have one Marauder coming down right now. We do have one the bio armor being researched, and it looks like Doomhurt is actually going to go for an attack right now with Hellions and Marines. What does Magikarp have to defend against this? Well, he only has a bunch of Lings, so this should actually work pretty well for Doomhurt right now. Do we have Stimpack? Yes, we do. So these Marines are going to do quite a bit of damage, although there aren't any medevacs anywhere. Looks like the first 2 medevacs are just being produced right now. So I think Doomhurt needs to wait just a little bit for those medevacs, because those medevacs are going to do so well. Actually, here's 2 right now, so it looks like I think normally you want to wait for 4 medevacs before you go and attack, because they can heal so much so quickly, especially against a bunch of lanes that have a lot of DPS and such like that. There's a lot. But here come the mutas, and is Doomhurt going to lose his medevacs? No, instead, Oh, these medevacs are actually they're so out of position. I don't know why they're all the way over there, but these mutas are going to have to run away right now because they just simply cannot take on that many marines. And a good scan is going to take out quite a lot of creep tumors as well. He's actually going to try and go on cleanup duty. I think he may have scanned a little bit prematurely on that one, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, here comes the well, here comes nothing really. Do we have anything being produced? Yes, we do have 32 Zerglings. I don't think this is going to work at all. Magikarp needs to try and make some more Banelings, and I think this army here is actually going to manage to. It's actually going to be able to steam right on through. And these queens are going to try and hold up as much as they can, but this queen's got to get the hell out of there. He's not going to be able to get out of there at all. And oh no, these drones! Oh no, they're going to die. Oh, so many of them are on such low health. So wow, all of them are on such low health. And these Helliers, they're on. Well, they're not going to actually be able to kill off these drones. If these Helliers could just go in and take off one pot shot on those drones, that would actually have done so much damage, because so many of those drones are actually so low health. If you look at that right there, so many in the red. These mutas are not going to stand a single chance against these marines. I don't think. In fact, these mutas are on 0-0. These marines are on okay, reasonably good Bailey shot right there, and these mutas are going to die right there because these four marines are actually pretty good. But here come the Banelings that are going to take out all the marines. Actually, no, they're not going to take out all the marines because the Lings have already taken out all the marines. But if we look at the units lost tab right there, it has been 22 marines, 14 Hellions, lost to about 13 mutas, two Banelings, and quite a handful of Zerglings. So that's actually a pretty cost-efficient trade-off for Doomhurt right there. But these medevacs, if Doomhurt loses these medevacs to those mutas, then he's actually going to be in quite a bit of trouble. But here come the Banelings once again, and can the Lings get a good surround? No, they're going to have to back up for just a little bit. Oh, huge Widowmine shot right there, taking out 20 of those Zerglings, I think, and maybe one of those Banelings. I don't exactly know for sure. But here come these marines going to try and bait out a few of those Baneling shots right there. Do we have an Overseer anywhere? No, so this Widowmine is actually going to be able to just kick ass. Oh, big Baneling shot right there. Actually managed to take out quite a lot of marines, but these mutas need to back out right away, and they need to go and heal as well. We do have a couple of Overseers, so those Widowmines are not going to do all that much, but these mutas, they're not cost efficient at all. They're not effective at all against marines. It's just so ridiculous that mutas cannot do that well against marines, but these marines need to try and run away and will they actually lift up and fly away? I don't think so. It looks like these marines are actually going to die, but we do have a bunch of reinforcements right here. They're going to try and take out everything. It's just going to be mass marine and medevac right now versus just a bunch of Lings right now. We also have a couple of mutas coming in, but these are just simply not the right units to take out this marine force. I honestly don't know what Magikarp could do at this point in time. He needs to try and make a lot of Banelings. He is making 8 right now, but I don't think 8 is going to be enough, especially if Doomhurt manages to split his army just a little bit. And of course the third base for Magikarp is going to fall. Yeah, the third base of Magikarp is going to fall. Meanwhile, 2-2 is coming up right now. It's just a little bit over halfway for Doomhurt. Meanwhile, Magikarp's Muta attack +1 is just about to finish. Spore Crawler goes down, which means the medevacs are going to be totally safe for now. These Zerglings are not going to do anything, and we do have a GG from Magikarp, and Doomhurt takes the game. And just like that, we already have a 1-0 from Doomhurt. That was a good engagement from him, especially the first engagement. He managed to not take too much damage from all of those Banelings. There weren't that many Banelings for Magikarp, which I think was was probably part of the reason why he ended up losing that particular match. So I think if he decided to go and make some more Banelings and try to get like a good surround with those Zerglings, that would have been the way to go. But anyway, we're going to move on to our next match, which is of course going to also be on Whirlwind for some reason. I know it's a different match because Doomhurt is now sporting right here. So anyway, in the bottom left hand corner, this time as the yellow Zerg, on the same map for some reason. I don't know why that is the case. But either way, it is of course our yellow Zerg player who is Doomhurt. Currently 1-0 in this best of 3 in the group matches. Anyway, he is, yeah. And in the red top left hand corner, spawning as the red Zerg, it is Magikarp. And I just gotta go check that email for just about 2 seconds. Not entirely sure what that is. But anyway, we do have an extractor trick coming down for Magikarp here. Is gonna try and get a few more drones in. It's definitely going to be able to get a few more minerals than Doomhurt, at least for the time being. He will, of course, well, I don't know. The extractor trick is a pretty gimmicky thing, to be honest. It doesn't really do all too much, although it does mean that you can get an extra drone while you're waiting for an overlord. And I suppose in some cases that's pretty good. It doesn't really do that much in the long run. As you can see, generally speaking, Magikarp's minerals are a little bit lower than Doomhurt's, even though both players are on the same supply. Transition! That's the word I was looking for last game. Okay, so now we do have the spawning pool coming out for Magikarp right now. It looks like Doomhurt's actually just going to stick to going for a hatch first. I think Magikarp going for a spawning pool first is actually pretty smart because he doesn't know what race Doomhurt is playing as of yet. So going for the spawning pool first is a good idea because you want to play a little bit defensively until you figure out what your opponent is doing. Of course, if you know what your opponent's race is, and seeing that this is a pretty high level match of Diamond League players, you can more or less predict what your opponent is going to do. Of course, this does not apply if your opponent decides to do something really bizarre, really wacky that you would probably never have thought of before. That is why scouting is actually very important. It looks like both players not entirely sure where the other is spawning as of yet, but I think these overlords are going to find out very soon because of the positioning right here. So yes, both players are about to find out because these... Oh, do these overlords see each other? Yes, they do. So of course now both players realize what is going on. And we do have the early hatchery coming down for Magikarp. Pretty standard ZV whatever. To be honest, like if you think about it, ZVZ, unless your opponent sticks to just one base, you might as well just go one base because chances are you might as well go two base because ZVZ you really want to get the macro on. It's all about how many units you can get, and also like what unit composition you can get to completely dominate the other player. In ZVT, of course, they're most likely going to go command center first anyway, and generally speaking they don't really bunker rush you that hard. Of course, all of these things do require a bit of scouting, and with PvZ, obviously Forge Plus Expand, they're going to go for an expansion anyway, unless they decide to do something else. That's why you have to scout, and scouting is very important. Don't forget to scout, guys. Don't forget to scout. Looks like both players are going to go for almost virtually similar builds, except looks like actually, you know what, the circling speed is just a little bit earlier for Magikarp here, so he might have a 15-second timing window where he can try and make something happen, although at this point in the game I don't really think that anything's going to happen right here. We do have a little bit of harass from Doomhurt going to try and prevent the mining from Magikarp for just a little bit of time. We don't have any form of counter harass from Magikarp here to prevent Doomhurt from mining right now, so Doomhurt's going to be able to just try and saturate his base right now. At this point, both Zerg players really want to just try and get up to as many drones as possible to saturate both bases. It looks like Doomhurt actually going for what appears to be the double extractor trick, so he's actually got quite a few workers on right now. Meanwhile, Magikarp's almost at 44 drones, or 44 supply actually. But this is at this point like a little bit over 44 supply because he's got... Well, once he gets over a little bit over 44 supply because of these links, he can then just drop down the 2 gas and then just start building nothing but units. That is known as apparently the Spanishiwa build, which he used quite a lot during his days. I don't know if he still plays, but anyway. Oh, we do have a couple of banelings coming in, so we should be seeing a Ling Bane war. Does Doomhurt have a baneling nest of his own? Yes, he does, and he's going to be making some banelings of his own as well. 3 banelings versus 5 banelings. We'll see how the engagement goes, but this could go either way. Oh, a lot of banelings coming in for Doomhurt right now, and okay, and it looks like Magikarp notices that there are a lot of baneling eggs coming in, so he's going to have to just back away for just 1 second. But here come these 2 banelings. And Doomhurt is going to have to try and do his very best to try and make sure that these engagements are very, very cost efficient for him. Meanwhile, Magikarp has to try and make sure that his banelings don't die to just 1. Oh, those two banelings weren't very good. Oh, Oh, but we do have some banelings coming in here, and oh, those banelings actually managing that baneling right. Oh, those banelings right there managing to stop a couple of those, and we do have a bunch of lings here, and it looks like Doomhurt managing to come out just a little bit on top right now. He does have a few more lings than Magikarp. I think Magikarp has to run away right now, and then come back, and then try and take away these lings, which of course would be a very bad idea for Doomhurt to try and continue chasing him. Meanwhile, we do have a couple more lings coming in. We also have a couple of more banelings coming in. Oh, we have roaches as well. This is a good idea from Magikarp. You'll definitely be able to try and soak up as many of those baneling shots as possible, or as many of those baneling hits as possible. Here come the banelings! There's the lings! Oh, they're gonna die right there. That was not a very good engagement from Magikarp at all. And right now, oh no, the banelings are gonna come in and try and take out the drones. It's not gonna actually take out that many drones at all. Meanwhile, the roaches are gonna try and take out everything right now. These zerglings are gonna have to try and surround those drones as hard as possible. These roaches actually are rather armored as well, so they can take out quite a lot of lings. Although this drone here is actually gonna die. This roach here is actually gonna die as well. Is it going to die? Yes, it's going to die. There's just way too many zerglings right now, and the queen even falls as well. So I think right now, it's not really that much coming out. There are eight roaches coming out for Magikarp. That's actually a really good number for him to get. Although he needs to micro these roaches away, but he's not going to micro them away at all. But I think okay, this roach is about to fall as well. We do have four more roaches as well. So right now Doomhurt needs to get the hell out of there. He doesn't have anything to take out these roaches with. He can't exactly use banelings because that's just simply not very cost efficient. He can't use zerglings. Well, he shouldn't use zerglings because they're just not really cost efficient at all. There's really nothing that can take out roaches cost efficiently in the Zerg army until you start getting into lair techs and start using things such as hydras, mutas, etc. But oh, can these zerglings get a good surround? Yes, they can, and these roaches are actually going to lose quite a bit of health. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to die though. Actually, one of them does fall. Oh, all of them are about to fall. I think yes, Magikarp actually does lose all his roaches right there. He only has this one roach left, and actually that was a pretty cost efficient engagement right there. So it looks like zerglings can actually hold their own against roaches for the most part, but with a little bit of harass right here. These roaches just simply not enough DPS to take out all of these zerglings fast enough, and Doomhurt is just continually trying to do as much harass as possible. Wow, I'm losing my words here and there, and actually roach speed is being is really researched right now, but we do have the double evolution chamber from Doomhurt. He's going to try and pump out as many upgrades as he can. Meanwhile, Magikarp, I don't think he has any Evo chambers. He's actually going to be He's actually going to be behind by one base. We do have 3 base Zerg currently against 2 base Zerg. Oh, but Magikarp actually going for the double expand. He's actually going to try and play as greedy as he can to try and get back into his game. He's going to try and claw his way back into his game at least. But he right now needs a few more. He right now needs the resources to make the units to take out all of these Zerglings. These 5 roaches I don't think are going to be enough. They're just not going to be able to cut it, especially if he decides to split like that. As you can see right there, these Zerglings are going to try and surround them. But oh, is there enough? Is there enough armor on these roaches to take out all these zerglings? I don't know. Actually, can he take them out? No, he cannot. These zerglings are going to take out all of these roaches. I think, yes, these roaches are going to die. With a bit of micro, they are going to die. So that was actually a pretty close call right there. So as you can see, although I think a small mistake from Magikarp may be that he split his roaches, allowing the zerglings to surround his roaches and thus take them out a lot more easily anyway. But have both players even gone up to lair tech? Yes, both players are actually on lair tech right now, so that's actually a pretty good sign at least. So we do see the Spire coming down for Doomhurt right now. We could be seeing a Muta War, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, what is Magikarp going to do? Is he going to make Hydras, or is he going to make Mutas of his own? Making Hydras would be a good idea, I think, because then he can go Roach Hydra and try and use his Roaches to soak up as many Baneling shots as he can, because once those Banelings are gone, the Hydras could simply go to town on the Lings and the Mutas. The Roaches as well can go to town on the Lings as well, but mainly Hydras can do really well against Lings, simply because Hydras have so much DPS as opposed to Roaches. Roaches attack so slowly, and resultingly they have way low DPS than Hydras. Meanwhile, these Mutants are going to come out very soon. The Spire is just about almost 75% done, as both players are just trying to contemplate what they want to do here. But Oh, here's the problem. Magikarp does not have any anti-air. Does he even have a Spore Crawler? I do not believe so. No, he does not have a single Spore Crawler either, so the harass potential of Doomhurt is going to be quite substantial. But we do have the Hydralisk Den coming down. It actually came down quite a while ago. I'm surprised I actually didn't see this. But it's almost about to be done, which means the anti-air for Magikarp is actually going to be quite good against Doomhurt, especially since Doomhurt has decided to go for just Mutas as opposed to something else. He's only going for Lings and Mutas at this point in time, and these Roaches are going to pop! They're going to pop because they just don't want to stop, but there's even more Roaches coming in. Reinforcement Roaches are going to be able to take out all of these Zerglings, I believe. Meanwhile, these two Zerglings are actually just going to go to town on those drones. These drones need to evacuate right now. And, okay, these Zerglings are not going to be able to take out these Roaches at all. But the 13 Mutalisks are going to be able to. Oh my god! 13 Mutalisks have already popped out, and they're all good. And they're going to get ready to try and take out all of these Roaches. They're going to try and take out all of the drones. They're going to try and take out anything that comes into contact with them. Do we see any Hydras coming out right now? I don't think so, no. There's no Hydras out just yet, so the Hydralisk Den is remaining quite useless. Here come the Mutas though, and Doomhurt needs to make sure that these Mutas don't get spotted until the very last second, where he can do quite a substantial amount of damage. I think if he flies right into the main base right here, he can take out all these drones pretty quickly, but we do see more and more Roaches. Oh, five Spore Crawlers right here, and here come the Mutas! They're going to try and take out this Spore Crawler first. It's a good idea. Then he's going to have to take out this Queen, no problem at all. It's GG from Magikarp! Doomhurt has won the game, and has won the series. So that was actually quite a good idea. It looks like Doomhurt's not going to leave the game just yet. There he goes. So, ultimately, that was a pretty good ZVZ right there. Ling Bane into Muta War. Although Magikarp didn't go for Mutas. I think what Magikarp should have done is he should have tried to transition into Hydra Tech a lot faster than how fast he did, because like I'm pretty sure you can get Hydras out before you can get Mutas easily, since Hydra Den only takes about 40 seconds and Muta Lair takes about, or Spire actually takes about 100 seconds. You should be able to get quite a few Hydras out before the Mutas even begin to make eggs, or begin to be in egg form. So I think that was a bit of a mistake from Magikarp. Although the continued Roach production would of course have been as a reaction to Doomhurt's continued harass with his Zerglings. So that was actually a really good. That was actually a really good move from Doomhurt. So all round pretty good games. And Doomhurt has managed to win the first two games of the season, at least. So that's actually pretty exciting for him. Quite good games all round. Yeah, alright, so thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah, alright, so you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a subscribe button down there if you like it. If you like the Sydney Collegiate Society Tournament Season 2, I'll be casting a few games here and there, depending on who actually decides to send me their replays. I probably won't be doing this live. Yeah, you can also follow me on Twitter at Magician88. You can also follow me on... Oh, actually, no, never mind. Forget that little bit. Yeah, just follow me on Twitter. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That'd be nice. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. That'd be nice. Yeah, alright. So, until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.